Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be remembering American celebrities and notable figures from around the world who have recently passed away. Before we dive in, if you enjoy this type of content, please hit the like button to support us. It truly means a lot. Thank you so much, and now let's get started. Share in the comments if you were a fan of these celebrities. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss more exciting content. And let us know. Leave a 1 if you knew them, or a 0 if you didn't. Brian Wilson, the legendary co-founder of the Beach Boys and the creative mastermind behind the iconic California sound, has passed away at the age of 82. His family confirmed the heartbreaking news and asked for privacy during this difficult period. Wilson was a musical legend, celebrated for timeless hits like Good Vibrations, California Girls, and the groundbreaking album Pet Sounds, and his influence on modern music continues to inspire generations of artists and fans alike. Despite his lifelong struggles with mental health issues, Brian Wilson remained a prolific creator and performer. In 2024, he was diagnosed with dementia shortly after the passing of his wife, Melinda Wilson. Nonetheless, he continued to uphold his musical legacy through live tours, including the Beach Boys reunion in 2012 and solo performances featuring his iconic album Smile, leaving an indelible mark on fans worldwide. He is survived by his daughters Connie and Wendy and 5 adopted children, and his musical influence and creative stature will endure forever. Ananda Lewis, the former MTV VJ and host of Total Request Live Hot Zone, and her own show, The Ananda Lewis Show, has passed away at the age of 52 after a long battle with breast cancer. Her sister confirmed that Ananda passed away peacefully at her home in Los Angeles, leaving behind a legacy of groundbreaking work in television and media. In 2020, Ananda publicly shared her cancer diagnosis, and even though she knew the disease had progressed to a later stage, she continued to fight with honesty and incredible strength, inspiring countless fans along the way. Ananda first gained attention on television through BET's Teen Summit before joining MTV in 1997, where she quickly became a fan favorite thanks to her charismatic hosting style and memorable interviews with top artists. In 2001, she launched her own daytime talk show and later joined the team of The Insider. After stepping away from the spotlight for a time to pursue carpentry, she returned to television in 2019 with the show While You Were Out on TLC, showing her versatility and enduring passion for entertaining audiences. Born in Los Angeles and raised in San Diego, Ananda graduated from Howard University and built a career that inspired a whole generation of young people. Her talent, warmth, and powerful voice will resonate forever, leaving a lasting impact on those who admired her work. She is survived by her son Langston, her only immediate family member. Frederick Forsyth, the acclaimed British author of celebrated political and spy thrillers, has passed away in the UK at the age of 86 after a short illness. He gained global recognition for works such as The Day of the Jackal, The Odessa File, and The Dogs of War, with over 70 million copies sold worldwide, leaving a lasting legacy in the world of literature. Before becoming an author, Forsyth was a reporter for Reuters and the BBC, and also served in the Royal Air Force experiences that shaped his perspective and storytelling. His background in journalism and intelligence contributed to the authentic and gripping feel of his books, captivating readers around the world. His breakthrough work. The Day of the Jackal, written in just 35 days in 1971, perfectly captured the tensions of the Cold War era. In 2015, he revealed that he had secretly worked for MI6 for decades. Forsyth continued to write into his later years with his autobiography The Outsider, also released in 2015, cementing his reputation as a master storyteller. He leaves behind a legacy of vivid and thrilling stories that no one will ever forget. Veteran actress Pippa Scott, known for her roles in The Searchers' Auntie Mame and Petulia, has passed away at the age of 90. Her daughter confirmed she died on May 22nd. Born into a theater family in Los Angeles, Scott studied at Radcliffe College and RADA before making her Broadway debut in 1956, launching a remarkable career. Scott's career spanned decades with memorable guest appearances on shows like The Twilight Zone Columbo Perry Mason and The Mary Tyler Moore Show, leaving a lasting mark on stage and screen. Beyond the stage, she also appeared in plays like The Three Sisters and Look Back in Anger, and had a recurring role in the 1976 television series Jigsaw. Scott was married to producer Lee Rich from 1964 to 1983, and they remarried in 1996, remaining together until his death in 2012. Besides acting, she was an active social activist, founding the International Monitoring Institute and producing documentaries including King Leopold's Ghost, showcasing her commitment to important causes. She is survived by her 2 daughters, Jessica and Miranda, and 5 grandchildren. Sly Stone. The pioneering musician and founder of Sly and the Family Stone has passed away at the age of 82 after a long battle with multiple chronic illnesses, including COPD. He was a trailblazer in blending soul rock and funk, creating a unique and exhilarating sound that influenced generations of artists. Sly played a pivotal role in shaping the music of the late 1960s and early 1970s, with hits like Dance to the Music, Everyday People, Thank You, Faletin Me, Be Mice, Elf Agin, and Family Affair. Sly and the Family Stone not only achieved musical success, but also made a significant social impact as one of the first racially and gender-integrated bands, spreading messages of unity through their music. Their vibrant style and groundbreaking approach profoundly influenced many subsequent generations of artists, and Sly Stone's legacy will forever remain an indispensable part of American music history. His performance at the 1969 Woodstock Festival is still considered one of the most legendary moments in popular music history. Sly Stone's influence extended far beyond his era, inspiring artists like Prince George Clinton and Miles Davis, as well as countless generations of hip-hop musicians, who later sampled his music in their own works, ensuring his sound lives on. Despite his struggles with addiction legal battles and periods of reclusiveness, Sly Stone's influence never faded. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1993 and was recently featured in Questlove's 2024 documentary, Sly Lives. Sly passes away, leaving behind his children and a musical legacy that fundamentally changed the sound of American music, ensuring his impact will be felt forever. Jason Constantine, co-chairman of the Lionsgate Motion Picture Group, has passed away at the age of 55 after a long battle with cancer. He was one of the most respected executives in the film industry with over 25 years at Lionsgate, leaving behind a legacy of visionary leadership and influential contributions to cinema. Constantine played a pivotal role in the success of blockbuster franchises like John Wick and Saw. He also helped develop hit films such as Crash Knives Out, Precious the Expendables, and The Hitman's Bodyguard, shaping modern cinema and leaving an enduring impact on audiences worldwide. Before joining Lionsgate, he worked at Trimark Pictures. With his bold, creative vision and collaborative spirit, he left his mark on some of the studio's most iconic projects. Jason Constantine, a California native who graduated from Princeton and Loyola Marymount, was also an award-winning short filmmaker. He is survived by his wife Kristen and their 3 sons Lucas, Xander, and Nicholas, leaving behind a family and a lasting legacy in the film industry. Veteran American actress Renee Victor, known for her voice work as Abuelita in the beloved Disney-Pixar animated film Coco, has passed away. Born in San Antonio, Texas, Renee moved to Los Angeles in the 1960s to pursue her artistic career, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances that touched audiences of all ages. She began her career as a singer and dancer, performing with her husband in the group Ray and Renee and helping to promote Latin music. Besides her moving role as Abuelita in Coco, she was also remembered by audiences for her role as Lupita in the Showtime series Weeds. Renee Victor was a versatile artist with a career spanning decades, leaving her mark not only on screen but also in the hearts of her fans, inspiring future generations of performers. Across the United States, Renee Victor began her television career as the host of Pases Setters on KTLA, where she focused on exploring the Chicano movement. In 1973, she joined the Screen Actors Guild and gradually made her mark through numerous television shows such as Matlock ER House of Pain and Snowpiercer. On the big screen, she appeared in notable films like The Apostle A Night in Old Mexico and Confessions of a Shopaholic, showcasing her wide-ranging talent and dedication to her craft. Beyond her on-screen roles, she was also a beloved voice actress in popular video game series like Skyrim and Oblivion Remastered. Renee's representative confirmed her passing, marking the significant loss of an artist who left a deep and inspiring mark across generations and whose legacy will continue to resonate with fans worldwide. Jonathan Joss, the actor renowned for voicing the character John Redcorn in the animated series King of the Hill, passed away at 59 on June 9, 2024 in San Antonio after being shot. According to police, the incident occurred around 7 p.m. Joss was found with multiple gunshot wounds and did not survive despite receiving immediate medical attention at the scene, leaving fans and colleagues shocked and mourning his untimely death. A suspect believed to be the victim's neighbor was arrested after the incident, which is thought to have stemmed from a long-standing dispute. Joss's husband, Tristan Kern de Gonzalez, stated that the couple had endured years of threats and harassment and accused the incident of being a hate crime, highlighting the tragic circumstances surrounding his death. Police are still investigating and have not yet confirmed whether the motive was related to sexual orientation. Jonathan Joss voiced John Redcorn from Season 2 to Season 13 of King of the Hill, and had recently completed voice work for the upcoming revival season, leaving behind a legacy cherished by fans of the series. Besides King of the Hill, he also appeared in films and shows like Parks and Recreation, True Grit Ray, Donovan Tulsa King, and The Magnificent Seven. He's remembered as an indispensable part of King of the Hill's legacy, and Jonathan is survived by his beloved husband while making a final appearance in the upcoming season of the series. James Lowe, the frontman of the Electric Prunes, the renowned psychedelic pop rock band of the 1960s, passed away on May 22, 2025, at the age of 82. His family announced that he died peacefully, surrounded by music and loved ones, leaving behind a legacy that helped define an era of groundbreaking sound. Lowe was renowned for the hit song, "I Had Too Much to Dream Last Night," a top 10 track that became an icon of the psychedelic rock movement. The Electric Prunes were celebrated for their experimental and innovative sound, using wah-wah pedals and reverse recording techniques to create their distinctive and influential style. After leaving the band in 1968, Lowe transitioned to working as a sound engineer and producer, collaborating with artists like Todd Rundgren and Sparks. He stepped away from music for a time to work on industrial films before reuniting with the band in the late 1990s, performing and recording new material until his final years. James Lowe is remembered as a creative force who inspired many subsequent generations with his spirit of continuous innovation, and he is survived by his wife Pamela, their 3 children, Lisa, Cameron, and Skylar, and 4 grandchildren. Actor Peter Kuang, best known for his role as Rain in John Carpenter's cult classic Big Trouble in Little China, passed away peacefully in his sleep on Tuesday night at the age of 73. His representative confirmed the news but did not disclose specific details, leaving fans mourning the loss of a beloved and memorable performer. A native of Sacramento, California, Kuang began his acting career in the late 1970s with guest roles in television series such as The A-Team, Wonder Woman, Little House, On the Prairie, Miami Vice, MacGyver, Cagney and Lacey, and Dynasty, quickly establishing himself as a versatile and talented actor. In 1986, he achieved a major breakthrough with his role as Rain, one of the 3 supernatural warriors in John Carpenter's classic film Big Trouble in Little China, starring alongside Kurt Russell and Kim Cattrall. In the same year, he also appeared in The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy and Never Too Young to Die with John Stamos. Beyond acting, Peter Kuang also taught and produced content making significant contributions to improving the representation of Asian Americans in the entertainment industry and inspiring future generations of performers. Beyond acting, Peter Kuang was also actively involved in professional organizations within the entertainment industry. He served for over a decade on the national board of SAG Screen Actors Guild, was a board member of the AFA, and held various leadership roles within the Television Academy and the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. Peter Kuang is remembered not only for his impressive screen presence, but also for his unwavering commitment to promoting and safeguarding the film and television industry, leaving a lasting impact on both his colleagues and the broader artistic community. Actress Loretta Swit, an Emmy winner known for her role as Major Margaret Hot Lips Houlihan in the acclaimed television series MASH, has passed away at her New York home at the age of 87. According to her longtime representative Haran Bolu, she died of natural causes, leaving behind a legacy of iconic performances that have touched generations of fans. Her role as Houlihan earned Swit 10 consecutive Emmy nominations and 2 wins in 1980 and 1982. Her character evolved from a humorous, tough figure into a profound army nurse, reflecting the show's own transition from satire to drama and showcasing Swit's remarkable range and depth as an actress. Her co-star Alan Alda once praised Swit as someone who turned a caricature into a real human being full of emotion. Swit herself said, "I created it. I lived that role to the fullest." Born Loretta Jane Swit in Passaic, New Jersey, to a Polish immigrant family, she began acting at age 7 and later studied at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, laying the foundation for a remarkable and enduring career. Before her breakthrough role in MASH, she appeared in Hawaii, 5-0 Mission Impossible Gunsmoke, and many other television shows. Beyond the screen, Swit also performed on Broadway and in national tours, demonstrating her versatility and passion for the performing arts. She was also an animal rights activist, founding the Sweetheart Animal Alliance and receiving numerous humanitarian accolades. Swit was married to actor Dennis Holohan. The family encourages memorial donations to actors and others for animals, or the Sweetheart Animal Alliance. She is also an animal rights activist, founder of the Sweetheart Animal Alliance, and has received numerous humanitarian awards. Swit was previously married to actor Dennis Holohan. The family encourages donations in memory of the organization Actors and Others for Animals, or Sweetheart Animal Alliance. Actor Ed Gale, best known for his leading role in Howard the Duck and for portraying Chucky in the Child's Play film series, passed away on Tuesday in Los Angeles at the age of 61. His niece, Kay Gale, shared the sad news through a touching and humorous tribute, reflecting his vibrant personality and the memorable impact of his remarkable career. Ed began his journey in California at just 20 years old with only $41, and a dream going on to build a career spanning over 130 roles in film, television, and commercials. He became a cultural icon with his starring role in Howard the Duck, a film that achieved cult status and continued to make his mark in Child's Play 2 and Bride of Chucky, embodying the haunted doll that captivated audiences worldwide and leaving a lasting legacy in genre entertainment. Ed Gale also appeared in Chopper Chicks in Zombietown and Land of the Lost as the dinosaur Tasha, and made appearances in series and films such as My Name is Earl Baywatch, Third Rock from the Sun, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, and Tiptoes, showcasing his versatility and enduring presence in both television and film. A Michigan native, Ed wasn't just loved for his unique roles, but also for his friendly, humorous, and approachable demeanor at fan events. His legacy is one of laughter, unforgettable performances, and a spirit that continuously brought joy to audiences and fellow performers alike. Oscar-winning documentary filmmaker Marcel Ophuls has passed away at the age of 97. He was known for profound works like The Sorrow and the Pity and Hotel Terminus films that transformed how viewers understand history and justice, leaving an indelible mark on documentary filmmaking. Following that success, Marcel directed critically acclaimed documentaries such as The Memory of Justice, A Sense of Loss, and notably Hotel Terminus, the Oscar-winning film that recounted the story of the notorious war criminal Klaus Barbie, solidifying his reputation as a masterful storyteller and historian. Born in Germany and raised in France before moving to the United States after fleeing the Nazi regime, Marcel was the son of legendary director Max Ophuls. Growing up in a cinematic environment, he developed a distinctive filmmaking style, using direct interviews, invaluable archival footage, and a patient ear to illuminate the darkest and most complex aspects of modern history, earning him worldwide acclaim. Ophuls combined direct interviews, rare historical footage, and a keen eye for detail to create unforgettable documentaries that consistently challenged national myths. Although he withdrew from filmmaking in his later years, he leaves behind a powerful legacy films that continue to inspire, educate, and provide insight for generations to come. Marcel Ophuls was recognized not just for his talent as a filmmaker, but also for his bravery in tackling difficult subjects like war crimes, concealed truths, and the complicated nature of collective memory. His documentaries prove how powerful this genre can be, pushing people to rethink what they know and encouraging society to reflect on itself. His legacy continues to influence generations of storytellers and viewers across the globe. Actress Kathleen Hughes, a 1950s screen legend, known for films like It Came from Outer Space and The Glass Web, died on May 19, 2024, at the age of 96. She was hailed as both a scream queen and a glamour mermaid of the silver screen, admired not just for her stunning appearance, but also for her wit, intelligence, and captivating charm. Her influence remains a cherished part of Hollywood history. Born Elizabeth von Gherkin in Los Angeles. On November 14, 1928, Hughes broke into the film industry in the late 1940s during the golden age of the studio system. She quickly gained recognition with standout roles in science fiction and horror films, and was among the first actresses to leave a lasting mark in 3D cinema, reflecting her trailblazing spirit. Her early contributions helped shape the future of genre filmmaking. Kathleen was married to producer Stanley Rubin for nearly 60 years, a relationship built on their mutual passion for cinema. Outside of her successful acting career, she was a devoted mother to 4 children and a beloved figure in the Hollywood creative circle, remembered for her kindness and generosity. Her life reflected a rare balance of artistic achievement and heartfelt connection. Hughes remained active in the film community well into her 90s, regularly attending screenings and festivals where she warmly connected with fans and shared captivating behind-the-scenes stories. Her appearance in It Came from Outer Space became a pop culture symbol frequently used without authorization, a detail her husband often joked about. Kathleen Hughes' passing signals the close of a golden chapter in classic cinema, yet her elegant spirit and contributions will live on in the hearts of movie enthusiasts around the world. Richard Tiffany Gere was born on August 31, 1949, in a small farming town in North Syracuse, New York, where peaceful roads met open fields and endless skies. His father, Homer, George Gere, worked as an insurance agent, but was also a dedicated handyman, transforming broken radios, spare wood, and random hardware into practical creations. He taught Richard that curiosity is a discipline, not just a passing interest, a lesson that deeply influenced his artistic journey. That early wisdom helped fuel Richard's passion for both the arts and lifelong learning. His mother, Doris Ann Tiffany, once aspired to be a singer, and their modest home was often filled with hymns and classical music, accompanied by the soft rhythms of daily piano practice. As the fourth of 5 children, Richard was raised in an environment where music blended with the clinking tools from his father's workshop, teaching him that art and engineering were just different expressions of the same creative drive. This harmony between sound and structure left a lasting impression on his artistic sensibilities. On those nights, under layers of makeup and the heat of stage lights, Richard came to see storytelling as a sacred exchange, a relay between performer and audience where each emotion was a torch to be carried with care. Though deeply passionate about the arts, he also excelled academically, earning top grades that led to a gymnastics scholarship at the University of Massachusetts Amherst in 1967, where he balanced physical discipline with artistic expression. That unique blend of focus and imagination would later define his career. He majored in philosophy, but only for 1 semester since his love for the stage ultimately took precedence. He left school before final exams to join the Seattle Repertory Theater, a choice that surprised his parents. But for Richard, it marked the first bold move toward the career he had always envisioned. This leap of faith set the foundation for his future success in acting. The young Richard was observant, preferring to listen rather than speak, but always remembering everything around him as if gathering material for a play yet to be born. Friends recall him from his trumpet performances in the school band, daring gymnastics on the mat, and summers spent immersed in Finger Lake, where he discovered a blend of extraordinary physicality and a calm, reflective inner self. Richard's teenage years were a blend of art and labor. He composed scores for school plays, sewed his own costumes when the budget was tight, and willingly stayed after hours to adjust lighting or clear the stage. At 16, he played Dodger in the community theater's production of Oliver, his mischievous grin concealing the meticulous preparation that would become a hallmark of his craft. In his early days in Seattle, Richard slept on friends' floors, worked unpaid backstage, and rehearsed roles from dawn till dusk. He learned to transform with flexibility through Shakespearean roles, every line memorized like a vital habit, forging his youthful enthusiasm into lasting artistic endurance and discipline. When he returned to the East in 1973 to star in a Greek play produced by a London troupe, his quiet yet powerful presence quickly caught the attention of Broadway scouts. The boy who once balanced on parallel bars now balanced on stage with the same precision, resilience, and artist's heart, marking the start of a career that would captivate audiences worldwide. In 1977, Gere made his first mark in Looking for Mr. Goodbar, playing a dangerous drifter with raw charisma and haunting eyes, both captivating and threatening. A year later, he appeared in Terrence Malick's Days of Heaven, a lyrical masterpiece where Gere as a lean cowboy was bathed in the golden light of wheat fields. The film not only showcased the explosion of his talent, but also solidified a screen persona that was melancholy, seductive, and deeply human, establishing him as a rising star in Hollywood. American Gigolo 1980 propelled Richard Gere into a cultural phenomenon. Dressed in Armani and gliding through Los Angeles with the sleekness of a lost predator, Gere didn't just redefine sex appeal, he revealed the profound loneliness and yearning hidden beneath the glamorous facade. The exquisitely tailored suit's cool synth soundtrack and polished visuals suggested decadence, but audiences recognized a deep vulnerability in his character, a fragility that paradoxically made him irresistible and cemented his star status. As fame approached, Richard Gere had to learn to balance his hunger for recognition with a burgeoning Buddhist practice, an inner path he discovered through the essays of the Beat generation. In the clamorous world of Hollywood, Gere pursued stillness, a paradox that would become the guiding principle for his future career choices and personal philosophy. He wasn't quick to jump into the spotlight with straightforward action roles, instead choosing complex introspective characters, signaling the arrival of a new kind of leading man, captivating, unpredictable, and defying the prevalent masculine archetype of the 1970s, while redefining Hollywood stardom. Two years later, an officer and a gentleman made Richard Gere one of the leading figures of the new masculinity in Hollywood. As Air Force officer Zach Mayo, tough yet sensitive Gere, alongside Deborah Winger, created one of the most iconic romantic moments, the proposal on the factory floor where he lifts her off her feet amid applause and tears. The film grossed over $130 million, solidifying Gere's status, not just as a movie hero, but as a symbol of a deeper, emotionally rich masculinity that resonated with audiences worldwide. Instead of sticking to the formula, Gere took risks. He ventured into Breathless, a noir remake, and Rumblefish by Francis Ford Coppola, a surreal, haunting black-and-white film. He embraced mixed reactions when joining The Cotton Club, a movie with a distinct political tone. Gere didn't want to be a star solely based on his looks. He chose resonance over fame. Film after film, he delved deep into his inner world, avoiding easy roles, and proving himself to be an uncompromising artist committed to authenticity. Critics who once dismissed him as just a pretty face began to rethink their views. By 2002 in Chicago, his role as the silver-tongued lawyer Billy Flynn showcased Gere singing, dancing, and tap dancing like a true stage performer. He won a Golden Globe, and the film took home an Oscar, a testament to Richard Gere's artistic renaissance and enduring versatility. At the Golden Globe Awards, Gere didn't thank his team or talk about his career. Instead, he called for freedom for Tibet. That was Richard Gere, an artist, a Buddhist, someone devoted not only to his roles, but also to the causes he believed in. The 2000s brought even deeper layers to his craft. Unfaithful portrayed Gere as a husband torn between rage and sorrow, while B Season revealed a tender father buried beneath loneliness and the weight of expectations. In 1990, Gere became a legend with Pretty Woman. As Edward Lewis, a cold, lonely mogul, he created powerful chemistry with Julia Roberts, who played the vibrant prostitute Vivian Ward. The rescue on the fire escape and the white roses became a new romantic symbol, classic yet timeless. Pretty Woman was not only the highest-grossing romantic comedy of the decade, but also a clear demonstration that Richard Gere could bring depth and complexity even to fairy tale stories. Instead of repeating his successful formula, Gere explored darker roles. In Internal Affairs, his portrayal of Officer Dennis Peck sent chills down viewers' spines with a serpent-like gaze, dangerous and cold. In Primal Fear, he played attorney Martin Vale, going head-to-head with Edward Norton's shocking character, a performance that left audiences questioning both morality and justice. These roles showcased his range and ability to take on complex, intense characters. In 2012, Arbitrage took Richard Gere into new psychological territory by having him portray a smooth yet morally conflicted hedge fund mogul, challenging audiences to reflect on values, guilt, and redemption. The film brought him some of the highest acclaim of his career since Primal Fear and Chicago, highlighting an important truth. Gere chooses roles not for fame, but out of a deep, often spiritual fascination with the human condition. This role further solidified Gere's reputation as an actor, willing to explore complex and challenging characters. Throughout these decades, his artistic direction never settled on just one path. Gere moved back and forth between commercial blockbusters and independent films, ranging from intimate film festivals to experimental psychological dramas. He refused to be boxed into a single brand. Instead, he embraced contradictions, outward charm paired with inner fractures, proud beauty, hiding insecurity characters that only showed their true selves when pushed to their limits. This versatility became a defining feature of his long and varied career. Age did not spare him from injury. In 1999, while rehearsing for a play that was never staged, he tore the meniscus in his left knee, an injury that introduced him to physical therapy, Pilates, and low-impact exercise equipment routines that have remained a part of his life ever since. This experience deepened his understanding of the importance of physical care and resilience. In 2014, after a long day of shooting in the damp outdoors for the second-best exotic Marigold Hotel, he was hospitalized in London with exhaustion-induced pneumonia, a clear wake-up call about his body's limits. He later joked, "The lungs need patience more than showmanship," and started practicing pranayama conscious breathing exercises twice daily as a way to protect himself from within. This new routine marked a turning point in how he approached his health and well-being. Behind his calm exterior and steady gaze lies a lifelong dedication to physical and mental discipline. From his 20s, Richard Gere adopted a vegetarian diet inspired by Buddhism, a choice reinforced by talks with Broadway dancers who saw a plant-based lifestyle as a way to build endurance. This commitment to holistic health has remained a cornerstone of his daily routine ever since. By the 1980s, he immersed himself further into macrobiotic philosophy, making each meal a ritual balancing seasonal grains, vegetables, and beans, not just to maintain his physique, but as a form of meditation. He steered clear of the entertainment industry's extremes: no fasting, no rapid muscle gain, no dehydration for roles. Instead, he embraced yoga, Tibetan breathing exercises, and long swimming sessions practices that kept his body as flexible as an instrument in tune with his soul. This mindful approach allowed him to sustain both physical health and inner peace throughout his career. The COVID-19 pandemic brought a new challenge. As the world came to a standstill, Gere withdrew to his farm in Bedford, New York, taking part in virtual retreats, guided meditations, and holding silent meditation sessions at 5 a.m. inside a cedarwood shed. This period of solitude deepened his spiritual practice and resilience in uncertain times. In late 2020, he was diagnosed with a mild early case of COVID-19, discovered through regular PCR testing on set. He believed his quick recovery, which didn't require hospitalization, was due to his meditation yoga routine and timely vaccination. Since then, he has funded mobile vaccination clinics for the Tibetan community living in the Indian Himalayas, blending medical support with the Buddhist compassion that has guided him throughout his life. This effort reflects his commitment to helping others beyond his own recovery. Psychologists invited to the annual conferences of Richard Gere's charitable foundation have pointed to his lifestyle habits as an effective example of emotional regulation in older adults. By combining reflective practices with evidence-based stress reduction techniques, Gere, now in his 70s and facing health challenges, has maintained a specialized care routine, including osteoporosis treatment with DEXA scans, resistance bands, and Tai Chi classes twice a week, all aimed at improving bone density. His disciplined approach serves as an inspiration for healthy aging. Each year he undergoes health checkups, including heart scans, especially after his brother had bypass surgery. This serves as a reminder to Gere that genetics can significantly impact health if personal factors aren't carefully managed. However, his doctors have noted that his biometrics resemble those of a man 10 years younger with stable blood pressure at 118/72, a resting heart rate around 50, and triglyceride levels within the ideal range. This highlights the effectiveness of his consistent health regimen. Richard Gere has never seen meditation as mystical. To him, it's mental hygiene, a way to clear the mind, much like brushing teeth or washing clothes. Close associates say he often carries a laminated card with the Tonglen mantra, an ancient compassion meditation, in his pocket, reading it during stressful filming hours. This simple habit helps him stay grounded and focused amid the pressures of his work. In his later years, Gere has chosen not to hide the weariness that comes with time. Instead, he has turned it into a tool for reflection. He continues to act advocate for human rights practice meditation and stands as a living example of an artist who never stops refining not just his craft, but himself. His journey inspires many to embrace growth at every stage of life. Gere sees health as a continuous journey rather than a fixed destination. He explains that aging is an improvisation, demanding the same attention and sensitivity he brings to performing on stage. For him, moderation, curiosity, and compassionate awareness are essential for maintaining both mental and physical well-being. Rather than resisting time, he works with it, creating a vision of longevity by upholding his charitable commitments and mentally preparing for life's inevitable losses. This mindset helps him navigate aging with grace and purpose. Throughout his career, Richard Gere's personal losses often happened quietly, yet they profoundly influenced both his artistry and his beliefs. One major milestone was his divorce from supermodel Cindy Crawford in 1995, during a period when public scrutiny had become an unavoidable part of their lives. Although they separated amicably, Gere came to realize that mere attraction wasn't enough to keep two people with different life missions together. This experience deepened his understanding of relationships and personal growth. In March 2023, Gere lost his father Homer at the age of 100. This marked a major turning point in Gere's life as he suddenly became the head of the family. To cope with this loss, Gere started holding annual memorial dinners where siblings and relatives share stories about their ancestors, helping younger generations appreciate the importance of family values. These losses made Gere realize how fragile lineage can be and inspired him to fully embrace his role as an active heir. This new responsibility has deepened his connection to his heritage and family legacy. Throughout his career, Richard Gere has experienced many losses. Cinematographer Nestor Almendros, who worked with Terrence Malick, passed away in 1992 before Days of Heaven received the recognition it deserved. Longtime producer for Paul Schrader, John Daly, died of cancer in 2008. These losses reminded Gere of the fleeting nature of life and the importance of cherishing meaningful collaborations. After his divorce from Cindy Crawford, Gere found love with actress Carrie Lowell. However, after 11 years together and having a child, they separated in 2013. The divorce process lasted 4 years, during which Gere balanced time between Manhattan courtrooms and Zazen retreats at upstate resorts. These breakups didn't make him question love. Instead, they taught him that love, like acting, is a practice in compassion. This understanding deepened his approach to relationships and life. In August 2016, Gere lost his mother Doris Ann, who had taught him to tell stories through extended musical notes. Her passing left an irreplaceable void and inspired Gere to create a community arts scholarship in her name for underprivileged students eager to learn music. Though this loss was deeply painful, it also became a powerful motivation for him to give back even more to the community. This tribute continues to honor her legacy and impact future generations. Broadway mentor Alan Schneider, who directed Gere's first major stage success in Bent, died in a car accident in 1984. Each loss made Gere understand that art is like a relay race carried forward with batons shaped by friendship. Dropping the baton would mean dishonoring those who have supported him throughout his journey. This belief has fueled his dedication to both his craft and his relationships. Gere always preserves memories from phone calls and behind-the-scenes Polaroid photos. He organizes a personal library not by project, but by the names of those who have passed away. These memorial rituals fuel Gere's activism. He often donates proceeds from charity concerts to support healthcare initiatives named after his late collaborators. In this way, his pain transforms into an ongoing source of healing for others. At 75, Richard Gere is the father of 2 young sons, Alexander, born in 2019, and James, born in 2021, with his wife Alejandra Silva, a Spanish public relations expert. They married in 2018 in a lakeside ceremony blessed by Tibetan monks. Every day, their family lives surrounded by 3 languages, English, Spanish, and Sanskrit. This multicultural environment enriches their home and strengthens their bonds. Fatherhood has been the greatest challenge Gere has ever faced, but thanks to the flexibility gained from his mindful movement practices, he has managed to stay calm and focused, always serving as a steady pillar for his family. His dedication to mindfulness has helped him balance the demands of parenting with his personal well-being. Loss has also motivated Gere to engage deeply in community efforts. He has campaigned for decades to protect Tibet's autonomy, which exposed him to the painful stories of monks and refugees. When the COVID-19 pandemic halted his pilgrimages, Gere created the Gere Foundation's Rapid Response Fund, sending oxygen concentrators to clinics in the Himalayas. Every obituary email he received inspired another shipment each box, carrying a prayer that all beings may be freed from suffering. This work reflects his lifelong commitment to compassion in action. Gere doesn't see charitable acts as charity, but as exchanges a way to honor the lives that have strengthened his resolve. He practices the alchemy of pain, turning loss into service. His projects, from building affordable housing to supporting therapy programs for refugees, stand as living proof that loss can be transformed into new connections, enriching the community along the way. This approach highlights how personal grief can inspire meaningful change. With a blend of artistry, activism, and fatherhood, Gere has focused on projects that merge narrative storytelling with social awareness. In 2024, he completed a leading role, continuing to engage in socially driven creative work while staying deeply connected to his family and community. His commitment reflects a balance between professional passion and personal values. Silent and Snow is an independent television drama set in Nepal, focusing on a retired photojournalist battling dementia amid the backdrop of the Himalayan glaciers. The film was produced using a fully carbon-neutral method and is slated to premiere at film festivals in late 2025. Gere's understated performance has received praise, and the project also partners with a real-world campaign on climate resilience, contributing to Riverlight's collection of non-fiction films. This collaboration highlights the film's commitment to both storytelling and environmental activism. Each day for Gere starts at 4:45 a.m. when he lights a beeswax candle in the meditation tent behind his home and practices 40 minutes of Shikantaza silent meditation. He then brews tea from local maple trees, alternating between script consultations through encrypted video calls and playtime with his children. In the afternoon, he regularly works out in his home gym, focusing on exercises that promote bone density. And in the evening, the family gathers for dinner around a recycled oak table where everyone shares the highlights of their day. This daily routine reflects his commitment to mindfulness, family, and health. In the Gere household, from Monday to Thursday, they follow a vegetarian diet, but Fridays are called World Flavor Night, when Silva cooks Spanish paella or tries dishes from other cultures. Every evening, the family also follows a simple ritual. They turn off their phones and gather by candlelight to share moments from their day. This ritual is a vital part of how Gere raises his children, fostering connection and presence. One of Riverlight's standout nonfiction projects is Seeds of Compassion, a 6-part documentary series following humanitarian innovators across 5 continents. Richard Gere narrates the episodes, but in a humble gesture, he appears only briefly on screen, letting the grassroots changemakers take the spotlight. These stories inspire community action and emphasize how small efforts by unsung individuals can create powerful impact. This approach reflects Gere's commitment to uplifting others rather than seeking personal attention. Gere is also a regular presence at press conferences on Tibet at Capitol Hill, where he leverages his personal connections with U.S. policymakers to advocate for resolutions related to the China-Tibet Conflict Act. His ability to balance a firm yet gentle diplomatic approach has earned him respect within the international human rights community. This combination of passion and tact makes him a powerful advocate for justice. Richard Gere turned down a large salary for a thriller that promoted surveillance capitalism. Instead, he chose to teach art classes at his studio, where he shares lessons on presence, compassion, and risk with actors. The tuition from these classes is directly donated to the Gere Foundation, which supports trauma-informed arts education programs for Syrian refugee children in Turkey. This choice reflects his commitment to using his skills and resources for meaningful impact. Gere's charitable work now ranges from funding maternal health clinics in Rajasthan to sponsoring scholarships for Indigenous filmmakers in Canada. He remains deeply committed to the belief that storytelling can help bridge technological divides. Gere has also declined social media endorsement deals, but continues to host small live stream sessions from his studio, where he interviews monks, neuroscientists, and climate activists. These efforts highlight his dedication to thoughtful dialogue and meaningful connection. Gere is currently preparing to co-direct Mirror Lake, a film adaptation of the late Philip Berman's novel. The film explores generational memory and ecological pain and is being produced between upstate New York and Slovenia. Gere is implementing a circular economy approach to set design to minimize waste, envisioning the film as a form of meditation disguised as a mystery. This project represents the culmination of everything Gere has learned about the rhythm of silence and the ethical importance of every creative decision. It reflects his commitment to blending art with mindfulness and sustainability. Today, Gere stands at the intersection of craft conscience and care. He embodies a philosophy where artistic relevance, social responsibility, and personal joy don't compete but enrich each other. Each morning is both a rehearsal and a premiere for him. Every failure serves as a reminder of improvisation and compassion, and every camera lens acts as a mirror reflecting humanity back to itself with a gentler, kinder gaze. This holistic approach defines both his life and work. Gere hosts conversations under the digital Chatham House rule, meaning no clips or sound bites are allowed, and the events vanish after 48 hours. He encourages participants to fully experience the moment instead of saving or sharing excerpts. For Gere, these gatherings are experiments in short-term connection, reflecting his desire for immediate, meaningful interactions without the pressure to preserve them. This approach aligns with his broader philosophy of presence and impermanence. Gere's journey from a trumpet prodigy in North Syracuse to a global activist and artist shows that lasting relevance isn't about guarding an image, but about constantly widening the circle of empathy. As new actors join each project, Gere doesn't leave the stage. He simply steps into the wings, hands gently clasped, ready to listen for the next cue in the unscripted grand play of living fully and shining brightly. His path exemplifies a life dedicated to growth, connection, and presence. When Gere first entered the entertainment industry, he was attracted to the calm and focus found in the craft of acting. While some skeptics said he had lost his commercial appeal, casting directors consistently noted his strong presence during auditions. Gere remains beloved by audiences and is regarded as a cinematic anchor, a standard that few young stars can match. His enduring appeal speaks to his depth and authenticity as an artist. Tom Troop. The legendary actor of stage and screen passed away at the age of 97. He was renowned for his roles in films such as Star Trek Cagney and Lacey Mission Impossible and My Own Private Idaho, becoming a familiar face in both film and television for many decades. Born in Kansas City, Missouri in 1928, Tom began his acting career at local theaters before moving to New York to train at the prestigious Herbert Berghof Studio. After serving in the Korean War and receiving a Bronze Star, he made his Broadway debut in The Diary of Anne Frank in 1957. Tom's career flourished in Los Angeles, where he appeared in many iconic shows such as The Fugitive, The Wild Wild West, Ships, Knots Landing, Cheers, and many other films. He also appeared in movies like Kelly's Heroes and Summer School. On stage, Tom often performed alongside his wife, actress Carol Cook, in famous plays like The Lion in Winter and The Gin Game. Though often called a diva, she confidently owned her high standards and strong personality both on and off the screen. Beyond television, she graced Broadway stages, wrote several books including a memoir, and performed in cabaret shows. Eileen earned a Lifetime Achievement Emmy and was inducted into the Television Hall of Fame. She retired in 2019, returning to her hometown, where she passed away surrounded by family. Eileen Fulton, the legendary daytime television actress, has passed away at the age of 91. She was best known for her role as Lisa Grimaldi on As the World Turns from 1960 to 2010, becoming one of the most iconic characters in soap opera history, with a record 50 years spent on the same show. Born in Asheville, North Carolina in 1933, she studied acting and music before pursuing her dream in New York. There, she trained under renowned acting coaches, worked as a model to make ends meet, and eventually landed her breakthrough role in 1960. Although this role was initially temporary, her performance quickly made Lisa a beloved character and an unforgettable presence on the show. Eileen was known for her strong screen presence, which helped shape Lisa into one of the most talked-about characters in television history. Her portrayal led to spin-off stage performances and even novels. Although she was labeled a diva, she proudly embraced her high standards and strong personality both on and off the screen. Beyond the world of television, she also performed on Broadway, authored several books including a memoir, and performed in cabaret shows. Eileen received a Lifetime Achievement Emmy Award and was inducted into the Television Hall of Fame. She retired in 2019 and returned to her hometown where she passed away surrounded by her family. Gale, one of Brazil's most beloved singers, passed away at the age of 50 in New York after a long battle with cancer that began in early 2023. She had been receiving treatment in the U.S. following surgeries and previous treatments in Brazil. Gale's daughter, Pita, became a symbol of strength, talent, and authenticity in Brazilian music. She began her career at the age of 29 with the album Paporte, featuring the standout track, Sai de Fog. Her special energy and powerful presence shone through in projects like Bleu de Preta, earning her a large fan base at the Carnival Festival in Rio. Over time, she released numerous hit songs collaborating with stars such as Anitta Ivete Sangalo and Pablo Vittar, and became a powerful voice in both pop and MLB. She began her career at the age of 29 with the album Paporte, featuring the standout track Sai de Fog. Her special energy and powerful presence shone through in projects like Bleu de Preta, earning her a large fan base at the Carnival Festival in Rio. Over time, she released numerous hit songs collaborating with stars such as Anitta Ivete Sangalo and Pablo Vittar, and became a powerful voice in both pop and MLB. Aldo Mones, the legendary folk singer from Argentina known by the nickname El Trovador Romantico, has passed away at the age of 83. He was renowned for his deeply emotional love songs, such as Me Muchacha and Cavoya, becoming a beloved voice in both Argentina and Mexico during the 1970s. With his romantic lyrics and timeless melodies, he captured the hearts of audiences. Born in the General Paz neighborhood of Córdoba, Mes, began singing at the age of just 5 and started composing music by the time he was 12. The romantics of Argentine song and similar albums have become essential cultural works. His unique voice and poetic lyrics built a loyal fan base that followed him for decades. Aldo's passing comes 3 years after he suffered a brain hemorrhage, which left him in poor health. His wife confirmed the sad news and shared that his condition had worsened in recent days. Aldo Mones leaves behind a legacy of passion music and unforgettable songs that will forever echo through the folk culture of Latin America. Prince Alwali bin Khaled bin Talal Al Saud, known as the Sleeping Prince, has passed away at the age of 36 after living nearly 20 years in a coma. The Saudi prince became widely known after a tragic car accident in 2005 while he was studying at a military school in London. He was only 15 years old at the time, and the accident caused severe brain injuries that left him in a prolonged coma. His father, Prince Khalid bin Talal, kept him on life support throughout the years, regularly sharing updates and videos showing moments of hope, small hand movements, and reflexes that touched the hearts of millions. These videos went viral, and the royal family remained by his bedside during every holiday and significant milestone, turning his hospital room into a place of prayer and remembrance. Although he never fully regained consciousness, Prince Alwali remained a symbol of strength and faith in the Arab world. He passed away on July 19th at a medical facility in Saudi Arabia, and his funeral was held the following day. His story leaves behind a legacy of resilience, family unity, and the enduring hope of a nation. Robbie Pardlo, former lead singer of the R&B group City High, passed away at the age of 46 on July 17th in Wellingborough, New Jersey, surrounded by friends and family. While the cause of death has not been confirmed, his loved ones have shared heartfelt tributes honoring him and his spirit. Pardlo rose to fame in 2001 with the hit songs What Would You Do and Caramel after forming City High alongside Claudette Ortiz and Ryan Toby. The group signed with the Cliff Jeans label and received a Grammy nomination before disbanding in 2003. Robbie's voice and passion left a deep mark on fans of early 2000s R&B. After the group broke up, Robbie faced numerous personal struggles which he candidly shared in a 2010 episode of A&E's Intervention. Despite facing many challenges, Robbie continued to pursue music, forming a new group and performing alongside legends such as Whitney Houston and Lil' Kim. He is survived by his wife, Annika, and 2 children. Robbie Pardlo's voice and journey will forever be etched in the hearts of fans who grew up with his music and message. Alan Bergman, one of the most influential lyricists in the history of film and television, passed away at the age of 99. Alongside his wife Marilyn, who passed away in 2022, Alan co-wrote timeless songs such as The Way We Were, Papa Can You Hear Me, and the theme from Good Times. The duo won 3 Academy Awards, 4 Emmy Awards, and 2 Grammy Awards. Born in Brooklyn in 1925, Alan began writing music at a young age and later collaborated with Marilyn both in love and in music. Their songs, often performed by Barbra Streisand, became emotional hallmarks in film and television. The duo authored award-winning songs for films such as Yentl, The Thomas Crown Affair, and Tootsie, among many others. Even after Marilyn's passing, Alan continued to compose. In 2007, he released an album featuring his own vocals and remained actively dedicated to preserving his musical and cinematic legacy. He passed away peacefully at his home in Los Angeles on July 17th with his daughter Julie by his side. Alan Bergman's lyrics have created an enduring legacy through the melodies and memories his songs continue to inspire. Joanna Joe Bacon, the beloved English actress known for her role as Natalie's mother in Love. Actually, and as Jackie in FX's Breeders series, passed away at the age of 72. She died on June 14th after a brief battle with cancer, according to statements from her longtime theater troupe and representation agency. Jo began her film career in the early 1990s and gradually built an extensive portfolio with nearly 50 screen roles. She made her film debut with Last Orders and appeared in recent projects such as She Will Benediction and Moonflower Murders. Her most recent role was in 6 episodes of the 2024 crime series Moonflower Murders. Before transitioning to television and film, Jo spent many decades on stage, including work at the National Theatre and Sheffield Crucible. She was also a co-founder of the Harlow Theater Company in 1978, where she was remembered as a passionate artist and tireless advocate for local talent. Praised for her sharpness heart and powerful stage presence, Joe Bacon leaves behind a storytelling legacy that touched the hearts of audiences across generations. Her warmth and artistic talent will be forever remembered by all who worked with her and those who witnessed her shine. Connie Francis, one of the iconic voices of the 1950s and 1960s, passed away at the age of 87. Her death was confirmed on July 17th, just weeks after she was hospitalized due to severe pain. She was an immortal figure in American music, becoming the first woman to top the Billboard Hot 100 chart with the song Everybody's Somebody's Fool in 1960. Kenneth Collie, the English actor best known for his role as Admiral Piet in Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, passed away peacefully at the age of 87 on June 30th at his home in Kent, England. His death followed complications from COVID-19 and pneumonia after a recent fall. Collie's portrayal of Admiral Piet made him a beloved figure, notably as the only Imperial officer to appear in more than one original Star Wars film. Yet his remarkable talent reached far beyond the Star Wars universe. Later in life, she became a voice for mental health awareness and an advocate for victims' rights. In her later years, her music found a new audience through the internet, proving the timeless power of her voice. Connie Francis leaves behind a legacy of strength, resilience, and unforgettable songs that helped define an era. She is survived by her son, her only immediate family member. David Kalf, best known for his role as Viv Savage in the cult classic This Is Spinal Tap, passed away at the age of 79. His band, Mutual of Alamita's Wild Kingdom, confirmed the sad news on July 11th, sharing that he passed away peacefully in his sleep. His immortal line in the film, "Have a good time all the time," has become a legendary moment in cinema history. Born in April 1946, Kalf had a rich musical career before entering the film industry. He was a founding member of the rock band Prague Rare Bird, known for the 1969 hit Sympathy, and performed alongside legends like Chuck Berry. His role in Spinal Tap was not just a performance, but an extension of his musical life and personal humor. Kalf continued performing and composing music throughout his later years, maintaining a strong connection with his fans through various projects and social media. During the pandemic, he turned to visual art, sharing his vibrant and joyful creations, an extension of the energy that shaped his life and career. David Kalf leaves behind a legacy of humor music and a legendary catchphrase that fans around the world will never forget. Kalf continued to perform and compose music well into his later years, staying closely connected with his fans through a range of projects and an active presence on social media. During the pandemic, he embraced visual art, sharing colorful and joyful works that reflected the same spirited energy that defined his life and career. David Kalf leaves behind a legacy of humor music and a legendary catchphrase that will live on in the hearts of fans around the world. Beyond the screen, she also worked as a teacher for the Ministry of Public Education, balancing her teaching career with rising fame as a social media star. Her management team, Albi Group, shared a heartfelt tribute highlighting the warmth, sincerity, and impact she brought to everyone around her. "We will miss you in ways you could never imagine." The statement honored the joy she brought to the world. Aldo Miranda leaves behind a legacy of light both on screen and in the hearts of many. Her legacy will live on in every smile, every laugh and every video that continues to inspire joy and connection. Young Noble rapper and longtime member of the legendary hip-hop group Outlawz passed away at the age of 47. The news of his death was confirmed on July 4th in Atlanta, where he spent his final years. Noble, whose real name was Rufus Lee Cooper III, was the last artist personally chosen by Tupac Shakur to join the Outlawz before the rap legend's passing. Young Noble rapper and longtime member of the legendary hip-hop group Outlawz has passed away at the age of 47. The news was confirmed on July 4th in Atlanta, where he spent his final years. Born Rufus Lee Cooper III, Noble was the last artist personally selected by Tupac Shakur to join the Outlawz before the iconic rapper's death. His distinctive rap voice is featured on major tracks like Hail Mary and Against All Odds, from the albums The Dawn Illuminati, The 7-Day Theory, and The Dawn Illuminati. Over the course of his career, he built a devoted fan base with solo albums such as Noble Justice and Son of God, blending introspective themes with razor-sharp lyricism. He is respected not only as an artist, but also as a significant figure in West Coast hip-hop. Julian McMahon, the Australian actor famous for his roles in Nip Tuck Charmed and Fantastic Four, passed away at the age of 56. His wife, Kelly Paniagua, confirmed that he died peacefully on July 2nd in Clearwater, Florida, after a private battle with cancer. Known for his charm, charisma, and intensity on screen, Julian's work touched millions around the world. He was famous for his mysterious role as Cole Turner in Charmed, and gained worldwide recognition for portraying Dr. Christian Troy in Nip Tuck, a role that helped define drama television in the 2000s. Later, he played the iconic villain Victor Von Doom in the Fantastic Four series and led hit shows like FBI Most Wanted, leaving a lasting impact across various genres. Julian's final role in The Surfer alongside Nicolas Cage was released just months before his passing. Off-screen, he was known for his warm heart generosity and deep love for family, friends, and fans. His wife described him as someone who lived to bring joy to others. Julian McMahon's legacy will live on through his unforgettable performances and the countless lives he inspired. Kenneth Collie, the English actor best remembered for his role as Admiral Piet in Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, passed away at the age of 87. He died peacefully on June 30th at his home in Kent, England, following complications from COVID-19 and pneumonia after a recent fall. Collie's portrayal of Piet made him a beloved character, and he was the only Imperial officer to appear in more than one original Star Wars film. However, his talent extended far beyond the Star Wars universe. He was renowned for playing Jesus in Monty Python's Life of Brian, and took on complex roles in Ken Russell's films, as well as Shakespearean performances on stage. With a career spanning over 60 years, Collie's presence enriched film, television, and theater. His later work included appearances in Dan Hawk's Psychic Detective and voice acting in I Am Tree. Collie remains a beloved guest at Star Wars fan events around the world, where his charm and stories leave a lasting impression. Kenneth Collie is remembered as a talented artist, a passionate performer, and a kind soul. His legacy lives on through the characters he brought to life and the millions he inspired. How about you? Are you a devoted fan of Kenneth Collie or Star Wars? If yes, drop a 2 in the comments so I know. If you've never heard of him before, comment 0, and I'll be happy to share more with you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss more inspiring stories ahead. Thank you so much. Michael Madsen, the legendary actor known for unforgettable roles in Reservoir Dogs, Kill Bill, and Donnie Brasco, passed away at the age of 67. He died at his home in Malibu on July 3rd, with reports indicating the cause as cardiac arrest. Authorities confirmed there were no signs of foul play. With a career marked by gritty and powerful performances, Madsen became an iconic figure in Quentin Tarantino's universe. Madsen was famous for his roles as Mr. Blonde in Reservoir Dogs and Bud in Kill Bill. Beyond the screen, he was known for his passionate dedication to storytelling, both in film and poetry. He was working on new independent films and preparing to release his book, Tears for My Father. Madsen's presence was a powerful, raw, unpredictable, and deeply human force. He appeared in over 170 films, including Thelma and Louise, Free Willy, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. His recent work reflected an artist embracing the next chapter of his legacy. Michael Madsen leaves behind 5 sons and a career that helped shape modern American cinema. His voice style and spirit will never be forgotten. Dwayne Wiggins, legendary R&B artist and founding member of Tony Tone, has passed away at the age of 64 after a battle with bladder cancer. A central figure in shaping the sound of 1990s R&B, Wiggins helped create timeless hits like Feels Good, Anniversary, and If I Had No Loot, blending soulful vocals with unforgettable guitar grooves. Tony Tone was formed in Oakland in 1986 by Wiggins, his half-brother Raphael Saadiq, and cousin Timothy Christian Riley. The group became a chart-topping phenomenon with 4 successful albums and multiple Grammy nominations. After the group disbanded, Wiggins remained a powerful creative force, mentoring rising stars like Destiny's Child Zendaya and H.E.R., and collaborating with artists such as Alicia Keys on her Grammy-nominated album Diary. In 2023, Wiggins reunited with the original band members for an anniversary tour, reigniting fans' love across the country. His impact extended far beyond the stage, leaving behind a legacy of musical excellence and mentorship that shaped future generations. The rhythm, spirit, and influence of Dwayne Wiggins will continue to echo through the music he helped create. Gina Davis's story began in the quiet seaside town of Wareham, Massachusetts, where she was born Virginia Elizabeth Davis on January 21, 1956. Her mother, Lucille, worked as a teacher's assistant, while her father, William, served in the U.S. Navy before transitioning to a career in civil aviation. Her family embodied a blend of New England practicality and an unspoken invitation to dream big. From an early age, Gina showed a passion for performing. She would stand on the fireplace hearth, imagining it was a Broadway stage, dramatically reading aloud from the Sunday Funnies. But her childhood wasn't all spotlights and applause. By age 10, she had outgrown her classmates, standing over 5'8", which made her both noticeable and a target for teasing. Yet this very experience planted the seeds for her later advocacy on behalf of girls who felt too big or out of place. More importantly, it sparked a lifelong vow: if she ever gained a platform, she would stand up for those who were told they didn't fit the mold. Her time at Old Rochester Regional High School in Wareham became a training ground where dreams met discipline. Gina joined the marching band, played piano and flute-built sets for the drama club, and auditioned for every school play ranging from Shakespeare to Sondheim. Each role helped her sharpen her craft in both comedy and emotion. From the time she was a baby, Gina showed a flair for performance. She would stand on the fireplace hearth imagining it was a Broadway stage and deliver lines from the Sunday Funnies with exaggerated pronunciation. But her childhood wasn't all stage lights and applause. By age 10, Gina had outgrown her classmates, standing over 5'8", making her both highly visible and an easy target for teasing. Yet that very experience planted the seeds for her future advocacy as she became a fierce champion for girls who felt too big, whether physically or in any other way. More importantly, it sparked a lifelong vow. If she ever gained a platform, she would stand up for those who were told they didn't fit the mold. Her time at Old Rochester Regional High School in Wareham became the place where dreams took root and were matched with discipline. Gina joined the marching band, learned to play the piano and flute-built stage sets for the drama club, and auditioned for every school production from Shakespeare to Sondheim. Each role helped her refine her skills in both comedy and emotional performance. Despite the social challenges of adolescence, she found an invaluable companion writing. She kept thick journals filled with imaginary monologues, costume sketches, and personal reflections about feeling out of place in a world of small desks and boys shorter than her. These pages, she would later admit, were early practice for stepping into the lives of others on screen. Meanwhile, summers spent as a counselor at Camp Shakasay gave her a chance to test her leadership skills, guiding theater games that helped shy campers speak up and stand tall, mirroring her own journey toward confidence. After a brief time at New England College, Davis transferred to Boston University's College of Fine Arts, where she immersed herself in a rigorous acting program. She commuted daily from a cramped apartment where the only real amenity was a full-length mirror hanging on the closet door, perfect for practicing mime routines and monologues until 2 a.m. A semester abroad in Sweden made her fluent in the language and sparked a love for the minimalist storytelling of Ingmar Bergman, both influences that would later resurface in her nuanced performances. BU's curriculum taught more than technique. It challenged students to analyze scripts through a feminist lens, questioning the absence of complex female characters in mainstream cinema. These conversations lit a fire that would eventually lead to the creation of the Gina Davis Institute on Gender in Media. Graduating in 1979, the 6-foot-tall young woman headed to New York City, where she supported herself with 2 jobs by day as a mannequin model in the display windows of Macy's. By night, auditioning for roles in off-Broadway basement theaters. Ironically, the mannequin job required her to stand still for hours while being stared at, an unfiltered reminder of how women's bodies are consumed visually. However, that mannequin job led to a prestigious modeling contract with Sully and a Vogue photo shoot with none other than Richard Avedon. That appearance caught the eye of casting director Stuart Kornfeld, who offered her a small part in the 1982 Bill Murray comedy Tootsie. Though her screen time was brief, Davis made it count, turning a bathrobe-clad amateur soap actress into a memorable symbol of showbiz ambition. Hollywood took notice. Just a year later, she traded her subway pass for a one-way plane ticket to Los Angeles, vowing she'd never again be a mannequin in someone else's story. Her film career officially launched with the horror comedy Transylvania 6 to 5000 in 1985. While the film received modest reviews, her role as Odette the werewolf girl with a hidden heart revealed her unique ability to mix physicality with quirky humor. That talent took a darker and more complex turn when David Cronenberg cast her as Veronica Quaife, an investigative journalist in The Fly, 1986. Davis brought raw emotional weight to the film's grotesque transformation arc, making the audience feel both terror and tenderness. The box office success of The Fly elevated her status to a new level, cementing her credibility across genres as a scream queen, a dramatic lead, and sparking an off-screen romance with co-star Jeff Goldblum that the tabloids eagerly followed. Two years later, she stepped into the vibrant world of Tim Burton in Beetlejuice 1988, playing Barbara Maitland, one half of a newly deceased couple learning to haunt their own home. She delivered a perfect balance of warmth and panic, grounding Burton's chaotic visuals and establishing Davis as a reliable star for quirky films. The next steps in Davis's career marked significant milestones. She received her first Oscar nomination for her role as Muriel Pritchett in The Accidental Tourist 1988, breaking hearts and winning over audiences with a blend of wit and vulnerability. Suddenly, Hollywood's 6-foot-tall red-headed actress was not just a box office star, but also Oscar royalty. However, her biggest cultural breakthrough came 3 years later. In Thelma and Louise 1991, Davis portrayed Thelma Dickinson, a hidden housewife, transformed into a strong woman, creating an enduring feminist icon. Since then, Davis continued to take on powerful roles, such as in A League of Their Own 1992, where she played Dottie Hinson, a star of the All-American Professional Women's Baseball League, bringing confidence and pride to women through a strong performance. Roles in films like Cutthroat Island 1995 and The Long Kiss Goodnight 1996 further showcased her versatility and strength as a fearless heroine. Gina Davis responded to the doubts by citing studies from Scandinavia about the emotional preparedness of older parents and how exercise improves transparency and reproductive health. In interviews, she refused to view motherhood as a career interruption. Instead, she described it as a master's class in leadership where negotiation, empathy, and resilience intersect every day. However, the postpartum period was far from easy. She experienced pregnancy-induced hypertension, which required partial bed rest and continuous cardiovascular monitoring. Instead of retreating from the spotlight, she allowed a Good Morning America filming to capture her health checkups, helping to normalize the challenges of pregnancy and advocate for insurance companies to cover extended maternal care services. Beyond her physical health, Davis also faced mental health challenges from Hollywood's constant evaluation of stars' worth. She found therapy crucial in separating self-worth from box office numbers. She compared the process to script analysis. You deconstruct your character arcs, rewriting the lines that no longer serve you. By 2004, she had integrated cognitive behavioral tools into the workshops at the Davis Institute, helping young creators silence the inner critical voices that reflect external discrimination. Health in Davis's world became a comprehensive triad: physical endurance, biochemical balance, and mental resilience. All of these supported her mission to ensure that future generations, both on-screen and off, inherit a healthier model of well-being. Personal loss has shaped Gina Davis's life journey as profoundly as her successes. One of the biggest emotional changes came after her divorce from Jeff Goldblum in 1990. Their relationship, which developed during and after filming The Fly, was highly publicized, and the divorce forced Davis to confront emotional pain and relentless scrutiny from tabloid culture. Later, she shared that the breakup taught her resilience and helped her understand that personal happiness cannot depend on public judgment. Her subsequent marriage to Finnish director Renee Harland, which ended in 1998, faced similar scrutiny. But Davis used these experiences as catalysts for personal growth. Instead of withdrawing, she focused on building a strong foundation for her future family, eventually marrying Dr. Reza Jari in 2001. Although this marriage also ended in divorce, it brought her 3 children, who remain the greatest source of joy and motivation in her life. Family challenges also included caring for aging parents. Davis has spoken openly about the difficulties of balancing her career with the responsibilities of being a daughter, especially as her mother's health declined. Watching her parents confront the realities of aging only strengthened her resolve to advocate for health and inspired her to cherish every moment with her children. While she hasn't faced family loss in the public eye, her awareness of life's fragility and the fleeting nature of success has deeply shaped her life philosophy. She often emphasizes that true legacy isn't measured by fame or awards, but by the impact one leaves on the lives of others. The broader cultural losses within her generation have also deeply affected Davis. Friends and collaborators from the industry have passed away over the years, including Thelma and Louise director Tony Scott. Davis has spoken movingly about how these losses remind her of the fleeting nature of creative partnerships and the importance of creating work that holds true value. Those reflections inspired her to channel her energy into advocacy and supporting young artists, ensuring that the doors she once walked through remain open for the next generation of storytellers. Her journey as a mother has at times faced public challenges. Raising twin children while maintaining a career in Hollywood required a level of organization and support that she had to build from the ground up. After her divorce from Jari in 2017, Davis prioritized creating a stable and nurturing environment for her children who have largely remained out of the public eye. She speaks of motherhood as a grounding force and an endless source of inspiration, one that motivates her to push for stronger representation of women in the media her children consume. For Davis, personal setbacks have never been final stops, but turning points that have helped shape her mission to leave a lasting, meaningful impact. Today, Gina Davis stands at the intersection of art advocacy and mentorship, steering a portfolio of initiatives that extend far beyond the silver screen. As the founder and chair of the Gina Davis Institute on Gender in Media, she oversees a data-driven system that analyzes thousands of films, advertisements, and series each year, quantifying how women, non-binary characters, and people of color are represented. Her team's algorithms analyze dialogue, screen time, and leadership roles, then publish white papers that pressure studios to adjust casting decisions before cameras ever roll. The Davis Institute's TED-style summit, See Jane 2024, drew executives from Netflix, Disney, and Amazon, and concluded with commitments to measurable gender balance benchmarks. Davis continues to appear regularly on speaking stages, her 6-foot frame commanding the mic as she explains that fair representation isn't a feel-good charity, it's an untapped box office profit. In 2023, she piloted an AI script editing tool called Spell Check for Stereotypes, and by 2025, several networks had adopted the software for table reads, cutting reshoot costs by flagging gender tropes during the draft phase. Acting, though no longer a relentless pursuit, remains a creative outlet she enjoys on her own terms. After making a striking impression as the elegant Sandy Devo St. Clair in Season 3 of Glow 2019 on Netflix, she has selectively chosen roles that align with her advocacy mission, such as a guest appearance on Apple TV Plus's For All Mankind as NASA's first female flight director, and a voice role in the animated film Forest Guardians, whose box office proceeds support reforestation efforts. In 2024, she served as executive producer and co-starred in Archery Club, a dramatic indie film partially shot at the Los Angeles Bowman Range, where she still practices archery 3 mornings a week. Critics praised the film for normalizing athleticism and personal reinvention after 50, and it secured a spot on Sundance's premiere lineup. Though offers for roles in major superhero franchises continue to come her way, Davis recently turned down a villain role in a high-budget sequel, preferring stories where a woman's journey isn't a narrative afterthought to a man's arc. Motherhood remains central to her daily rhythm. With her daughter Elise, now a law student specializing in sports equity, and her twin sons Kais and Khan splitting their time between college and competitive esports, Davis runs a household that doubles as a think tank. Family dinners are where she experiments with VR headsets from the Institute's research lab, allowing her children to explore emerging stories in immersive media. Sundays are reserved for Jane Lab's informal hackathons, named after Thelma and Louise, aimed at helping young developers refine inclusive game designs. Living in a solar-powered craftsman home in Pacific Palisades, Davis tends to a vegetable garden that her doctor credits with stabilizing her B12 levels. She occasionally streams farm-to-table cooking sessions to raise funds for Girls on Fire, the Institute's advocacy arm focused on high school filmmakers. Looking ahead, Davis is preparing her first memoir, Standing Room, only scheduled for release in early 2026. The early drafts of the book recount personal stories such as the day she surpassed Olympic hopefuls in a heavy rain, intertwined with revelations about Hollywood and the slow progress toward gender equity in the industry. She has hinted that the royalties will be used to establish a scholarship fund for graduate researchers exploring intersections in global media. Meanwhile, she participates in the Inclusion Standards Task Force at the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, helping to refine the criteria studios must meet to qualify for Best Picture consideration. In her spare time, she and her partner, an aerospace engineer she met at a NASA outreach event, go on scenic flights together. Together, they chase solar eclipses and rediscover their passion for celestial phenomena, reminiscent of her childhood nights spent gazing at the starry skies of Wareham. At 69, Gina Davis embodies the argument she has championed for decades: stories shape reality, and rewriting the script, whether in film policy or within ourselves, can change the cultural trajectory for future generations. In this video, we explored the inspiring journey of Gina Davis, from her involvement with the Inclusion Standards Task Force at the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences to chasing solar eclipses on scenic flights with her aerospace engineer partner. Her story stands as a vivid testament that at any age, rewriting your own narrative can create profound change for culture and community. How about you? Have you ever had an experience or story that made you realize the power of rewriting your life's script? Share it with us in the comments below. Don't forget to hit like if you found this video inspiring, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss more amazing stories to come.